Konnichiwa class. I'm so proud of you. You made it. You've learned your 15 basics. You know your 5 kicks. You've been practicing those. And in this video, in this video series of the dissection of Isshinryu karate, in this particular video, I'm going to show you the bunkai of basic technique number 1. And I'm going to do a video for each technique so you can learn the bunkai. What is bunkai? Bunkai means the explanation of the technique. How do you use the moves? All right? So let's get right to it. Basic technique number 1 is, of course, stepping forward with your right foot and punching out with your right fist. And it's the opposite on the left side. And I'm not going to spend time teaching it, all right, because you already know it. I'm going to show you how to use this thing, right? So if I could borrow Mr. Finn here. This technique, we don't want to make it more than it is, really. So yes, it is stepping forward and striking the snap punch to the solar plexus of your opponent, all right? And why the solar plexus? The stomach, all these muscles here can be hardened, but the solar plexus is a very focused point. It's soft, and it can't be tightened up. And when you can drive your 2 knuckles into this soft area, your opponent can buckle. All right. So with basic technique number 1, if your opponent grabs your lapel, let's see, I know we got our mic here. All right. You're simply going to fire the punch. All right. There's no extra locks and stuff. You just fire the punch. If he grabs the other side, that's why you have your left side. You're firing the punch. All right. But now, why do you step forward? Well, stepping forward allows you to get your momentum moving forward and striking the punch, right? And we don't walk around like this in the street. Nobody walks around shoulder width like this, right? So how would you use it? Well, again, self-defense, he's trouble, I'm just going to send it out. Unfortunately, if we're fighting and he comes around, I have to block it, I'm going to step and fire the same technique. But let's look deeper at this motion. If we could step to here, right? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you several things. If your opponent's lead foot, let's put Mr. Smith's lead foot, his right foot is forward. Basic technique number 1, step forward with the right foot and throw the punch. I want you to watch closely what happens. When I step forward with the right foot, I'm going to step into his knee. And when I push, there's the punch. Again, step forward. I'm just showing you another reason why we step forward and fire the punch. Okay? But it's not over. When we step forward, this time I'm going to bypass his leg. I'm going to go around his leg and punch. But the technique is not over. What do you do after you punch? Oh, your knee good? You good here? All right, I'm going to slide, step back. All right, we'll show it again. 1 right side. Step forward. I'm going to show kind of all of them then. We're going to show regular step. Step forward and punch. Bad guy grabs. Step forward and punch. Left knee, leg is forward. We can come in with that foot. Bend the knee and lock it and punch. Number 1, right side. Step forward around that leg and punch and pull the foot back in place. If I could show that again, I think from this side. Punch. He grabs. Straight punch. Step forward. Use the knee. Punch. Step around. Punch. Pull the foot back into place. Now, thank you, sir. Now, one other more than one other. Some other things I want you to see about this. I'm actually going to just drop it on you. If we bend our arm, there is an invisible line from your wrist to your shoulder. And anything on the inside of that line, when the arm is straightened out, gets struck. Okay? So, if I could borrow Mr. Finn. Okay, sir, if I can get you here. One right side. When we're working this punch, we tend to want to focus on this. But we really need to also be wondering what this hand is doing. One right side. Pull. Do you remember what I said about the line? Go easy, Mr. Fan here. Right? Pull. Punch. I'm using the arm this time. On the elbow. If we can get behind here. You see where my opponent is now? So as he's coming here, move, step in front, pull, punch. Snapping the punch. Okay? Now, one other way I want to show you how to use this, but before I go on to that, I want you to know that I've shown you a lot of ways to use this simple movement. The best way to use this, the most reliable way to use this technique is using it for literally what it is, a straight punch with the knuckles to the opponent's sternum. So one last movement, because I want you to start thinking outside of the box instead of the opponent being in front of you. What if my opponent was behind me? So look here. As my opponent grabs my wrist, you see, same movement. Rips. All right, you see that? Step, punch, and crunch. Thank you, sir. Same movement. Several different bunkai. Don't change the movement to make it fit for you. The technique is starting from here, step forward, punch, step back, and pull back. There are no hidden techniques in karate. Everything is in front of you, including this other fist that we just showed how you can be manipulating the other hand. Okay? So in all these videos, this is the first one, right? In all these videos, I'm going to show you multiple ways of using these techniques. But keep in mind, simplest is always the most effective. All right, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you in the next video. どうもありがとうございました。